Good morning, YouTube family. I pray that all is well. I pray that God continue to bless all of you. I pray that once again, have a happy, wonderful new year. Today is January 4th, 2021. Time is now 1:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, once again, this is hashtag 2021 goals, hashtag setting goals. Today is Monday, and day 4. This will be my goal for year 2021. Is this having a winning attitude? Also, hang with positive folks with eagle minds. Eagle minded people soar. Once again, having a winning attitude. What is a winning attitude? A winning attitude, to me, not using any other people's reference, but I'm just speaking organically, generally coming from my heart, is having the attitude to achieve greatness. Also, having a winning attitude is defeating what you call the status quo. Having a winning attitude is you don't listen to the voices of people's opinions, as well as hearing that negative inner voice saying that you can't achieve this, you can't achieve that. There are folks in life that want to wager a bet for you to fail because they didn't rise to the occasion to have what you call a winning attitude. A winning attitude is someone who has a willingness to learn new things. That's why I mentioned that we cannot have what you call the status quo mindset, meaning the same existing state of affairs, doing the same thing over and over again. Like the unofficial definition of insanity by Albert Einstein, he said, quote, he said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We cannot do the same thing over and over again expecting a different result. A winning attitude is a person who dare to be different, cut from a different cloth, don't worry about the opinions of others, and you got to say to yourself, are you tired of being sick or tired being in the same state year after year after year after year? I'm speaking this to myself because I have to impart this into my spirit before I impart this to others. I have to practice this myself. And this year, 2021, I will have what you call a winning mindset. To me, at this particular point in my life, failure is not an option. I refuse to fail. That doesn't mean that we will make mistakes. That doesn't mean we're not going to go through trial and error. But even when you go through the trial and error, you don't stay in that state of error. You get back on your bootstraps and said, I can do it. I'll never forget. It was back in 2000, I would say 2017. I made up in my mind I had what you call an 18-year hiatus. Um, when it came to college, I failed at college. You're talking about a person who had a bad GPA. He had messed up his financial aid. He squandered it. I ran out of tap and Pell. I wasn't doing well. I was on academic probation and suspension, probation suspension. And a particular college, a community college, decided that I wasn't going to achieve, so they let me go. And at that time, I felt that it was the end of my college career. And I started taking odd jobs and what have you. But God always has a way of putting an unrest in my spirit every time I would go to sleep. I often dreamed about finishing off where I had been left behind at. I used to get this taunting dreams. Um, you didn't graduate. You didn't graduate. You didn't graduate. There are times I dreamt about this specific college. I'm gonna name it, but my hat goes off to Bronx Community College. You know, I always dreamt that me going back to the registrar's office and going through the bursar's office, going through the the proper protocols to come back to college and what have you. And and these were my dreams. It kept taunting me and taunting me. I never forget um, the the poem by Langston Hughes. Let me see if I could pull up the poem by Langston Hughes. A Dream Deferred by Langston Hughes. Let's pull out this. Yes, this is by Langston Hughes. It says this: what happens to a dream deferred, meaning a dream that was put off? I had put off that dream of mine of college because of failures upon failures upon failures. But it took this poem by Langston Hughes to encourage me. But it says, what happens to a dream deferred, meaning put off? It says, does it does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? This is where we get that play, Raisin in the Sun, from, played by Sidney Poitier. It said, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it's just sag like a heavy load, or does it explode? That really did it to me. That was like the eureka. Talk about a dream deferred. I said to myself that I'm not going to put off this anymore, having to have all these dreams taunting me about I didn't fulfill what I needed to fulfill. So what I did was, after having an 18-year hiatus, my last time was in Bronx Community College was in 1999, a fall. I went back and I applied. I had to go through several channels to get back. Get I have to go to the appeals, the deans of appeals